Yeah, da, da. Boom. All right, I want to tell you a little story. Thanks to Jonathan Strong at National View Online. I want to tell you a little story that may really open your eyes to what's going on in Washington in the Republican ranks with the Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell. And he writes, on Tuesday, November 12th, Nebraska Senate candidate Ben Sasse, I hope I pronounced his name properly, walked into Mitch McConnell's office to clear the air. Contrary to rumors, Sasse wanted to say he hadn't secretly vowed to oppose McConnell's leadership if elected. Listen to this guy thinks he's the Don or something. In fact, he hadn't been asked to make such a pledge and would never have even considered it. So here we have a guy running for the Republican nomination for the Senate in Nebraska, going to Washington, meeting Mitch McConnell and saying, Senator, no, I wasn't asked to oppose you, and I'd never do that if I'm elected. Of course I'd vote for you to be minority leader. That was his plan anyway. But as soon as Sasse sat down, Mitch McConnell lit into him, criticizing him for working with the Senate Conservatives Fund. Many of you support the Senate Conservatives Fund, which helped bring about Ted Cruz and Mike Lee and many, many others, as well as for posting a viral YouTube video in which he demanded, quote, every Republican in Washington, starting with the Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, to show some actual leadership, unquote. Republicans in Washington familiar with these kinds of sessions say that the Kentucky Republican specialty is long, tension-filled pauses. But even for Mitch McConnell, this was awkward. Josh Holmes, McConnell's top political hand, privately told friends afterward it was the most uncomfortable meeting he'd been in. Following the initial exchange came a series of questions from McConnell about exactly when Sasse had first interacted with Matt Hoskins, the hard-charging executive director of the Senate Conservatives Fund, working to elect McConnell's primary challenger, Matt Bevin, in Kentucky. Sasse's answers, several Republicans familiar with the episode say, did nothing to mitigate McConnell's anger. As he walked out of the room, Sasse turned to Holmes, McConnell's aide, and he said, that didn't go well. Sasse, the nation's youngest university president, Nebraska's Midland University, has become the latest collateral damage in a GOP civil war between McConnell and Holmes on the one side and Matt Hoskins and Heritage President Jim DeMint, Hoskins' political godfather. After Hoskins invaded enemy territory October 18 in backing Bevin, McConnell's opponent, McConnell has launched a campaign against his vendors, his allies, and candidates he has endorsed, beginning with a blacklisting of Republican ad firm Jamestown Associates. This is how Mitch McConnell acts against a conservative group that doesn't support him in the primary, but against Harry Reid, who's undermining the country in the United States Senate, who's going to help Obama pack the courts with leftists one from the other. He doesn't raise a damn finger. Useless. Absolutely useless. Last week, for example, pressure from McConnell allies convinced the Senate Conservative Fund's bookkeeper, Lisa Lisker, to part ways with the group. She has previously worked for Republican candidates locked in tense primary elections without incident, sources say. But with Majority Leader Harry Reid detonating the nuclear option in the background, the notion that his accountant had become part of an intra-GOP war incensed Hoskins. It's amazing the Senate Republican leader is now bullying bookkeepers in his war on conservatives, but it won't stop us from supporting Matt Bevin. This is what Mitch McConnell has become. A lightweight in the Senate and an iron fist against anybody who disagrees with him in the Republican Party or the conservative movement. What do you think about that, ladies and gentlemen? I'll be right back.